Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Chrissy Down One, and I am back with another video. Want to do a real quick video on LaVar Ball. I feel like the father puts way too much pressure on his kids, and to me, LaVar Ball is causing a problem that really doesn't need to be there when you're talking about the NBA, how the NBA is generally run by coaches and general managers, as well as star players. This is a star player league, by the way. I feel like LaVar, the best thing he can do for his sons is stop, commenting about things he really doesn't have no place talking about. For one, Luke Walton talking about Luke Walton lost he lost control of the Lakers team. He's out of touch, things of that nature. I feel like LaVar Ball should take a quote from his own page, "Stay in your lane." And clearly, I agree with a lot of things he's doing, being independent, having your own shoe company. I think that speaks in volumes, because a lot of people don't realize is the things he's doing is only going to make those boys better when they become grown men, adults, and have their own independence. Okay, so there are some things he's doing that's empowering the boys. But however, when you're commenting about a coach losing control on a team, and I understand you didn't like the situation with UCLA when they suspended your son, and you didn't like how that went down. You took your boys out of UCLA, as well as your youngest son. He was going to UCLA, and you had a problem with his high school coach. I feel like when those things occur and when those things happen, it's not a good thing for your sons. Right now, Reggie Miller recently commented on LaVar, saying, quote, the younger sons really are not going to have an opportunity in the NBA, in the major league. Okay, he didn't comment any further on why he believes that. Me personally, I think it's going to be very, very hard for them to establish a job in the NBA, as playing in the NBA. One, they're not as talented as their older brother. Okay, and two, your father is creating the wrong type of tension and the wrong type of waves in the NBA. And I don't think a lot of general managers as well as coaches will put up with this. All right. Like I said, I really do like the things he is doing. But there are a lot of other things I feel like he should just chill out on. All right. But it's hard to it's hard to come to him in a way to where you don't want to be talking down to him. All right, because I feel like a lot of people tried that attempt, and when they tried, they felt miserably, because he's prepared for people to say you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. There's levels to this, to the NBA, and when you're talking about being independent, having a business, you got to start creating relationships with other people. All right, and in order to do that, you have to be a likable guy. All right. And as of right now, he's not a likable guy. Now, a lot of people feel like ESPN is cause of the problem, because they were the ones to first give LaVar Ball a public interview on First Take. And a lot of people felt like if ESPN didn't do that, if reporters just, stay away from him, eventually he's going to go away, and then nobody's not going to care about what he says. But you have to understand his name is big enough now where he really don't necessarily need Fox or ESPN, particularly on social media. Everyone talks about him. Okay, so if you try that attempt, it's only going to make matters worse in the long run. I feel like he should really think, the next time he speaks, he should really think more about what he says may not hurt him or affect him, but it will affect his two youngest sons as well as his oldest son. But this has been going on in NBA for a long time. There have always been families throughout the generations of NBA that had personalities, that had egos, that voiced their opinion because their son is in the league and they feel like they have the right to speak their mind and speak their piece. Okay, and I just feel like the best thing for him to do is to hire a PR firm and maybe let the PR firm be a buffer between him and the media, and him and basketball organizations and the NBA. All right, that's just my opinion. I think he's a good guy. He does a lot of good things, but he does a lot of things that have you scratching your head wondering why would he, cause this much tension and make things a living nightmare for his sons. And it shouldn't be like that. But it is what it is. I hope with all of this going on, maybe he can fall back and take a different approach, because I feel like a different approach will help his sons. And Lord knows, when you talk about his youngest sons, they need a second chance, because as of right now, there's not an NBA team willing to sign them to even a 10-day contract. Okay, so the verdict is out on his two sons. I hope they do well overseas. I think the father just needs to stay overseas, stop commenting on the Lakers organization, the coaching staff, things of that nature, because all you're doing is causing the wrong type of response to your son. It's just one more thing your son has to talk about. And I feel like a lot of this is a distraction to him, because if you notice, he's developing very, very slowly with the NBA, particularly with the Lakers. The Lakers want him to be more aggressive, and he's more passive. And I think that's more so of him. He's a passive type of individual.